Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for LSI to invite and creating this wonderful and beautiful ecosystem for investors and companies to meet and talk. So, thank you. In this talk, I'm going to talk about Magneto. Magneto is a very unique company working in a very interesting area of treatment. We are dealing with what's called thrombectomy, or we are dealing with blood clots. The company is based in Israel. We start as an incubator, and our main statement is that in Magneto, we are positive, and you will understand in a few minutes why. We are positive, we are saving lives. Let's talk about blood clot. Blood clot created in few areas of your body. In case it's a small that happening in your artery, there are some cases that it go up into your brain. This is what's called stroke. If it's a large clot that created in your venous system, in your legs, started as a DVT, deep vein thrombus, and at some point can dislodge and end up in your pulmonary artery just right after the heart inside the lung. This is what's called pulmonary embolism. So there are few indications that the company is targeting. For stroke today, there are few treatments. It was always the treatment used by TPA, lytics agent. In the last few years, there are more and more cases that you're using aspiration catheter, different type of pumps, and the mechanical thrombectomy. This is based on stenting-like device that are entering into the thrombus, capturing the thrombus, and then pull out into the aspiration. And the nice thing is that the same thing happened today with PE. PE is, let's say, 10 years or 5 years behind the stroke, but same mechanism. It started with lytics agent or with conventional treatment of drugs. Later on, move into the direct catheter-based lytics injection, aspiration, and the last actually company that went into IPO 3 years ago, Inari Medical, are using same thing, stent mesh device that capture the clot and bring it outside the body. And this is something new. This is something very unique. And actually, I like to start with this yellow page that you see here. This is an article from 200 years ago, 1824, almost 200 years ago. It was before, think about it, even before the new words that we know. But at that time, people start to understand that inside the blood, there is some electric properties. Since then, we are the first company ever that taking advantage of these unique properties of the blood and actually doing something with that to help patients. The idea is that we are creating a very low field, a low electric field over our catheter that once been attached to the clot, creating, you see in this image on the right side, you can see the fibrin. This is actually a fibrin net that are built during the activation of the catheter and creating the bonding layer between the clot and our device. So this is actually the mechanism. Again, without jumping into the atom, this is the way we are capturing the clot, and then we can pull them outside the body. This is a nice demonstration. Some people see it, they get frightened, but this is blood clot. This is a real imaging of blood clot, not in human, but in animal. But you can see the blood clot. This is a blood clot that came out from in this case, came out intentionally, but you see how it's dancing inside the right atrium, go to the right ventricular, and then stop in the pulmonary artery. And those are the size. We're talking about very large clots. The system that we develop is a full system containing a large bore aspiration. We are talking about a very large tube because you want to take out those large clots, together with this unique electric technology that capture the clot and help you bring the clot from distal. You can see in this movie how the large bore aspiration sitting proximally, and then our device is bringing the clots into the aspiration, and then using the vacuum syringe, you can immediately evacuate and take out the clot outside the body. There are few advantages Again, I will not get one by one. In general, it's a one device that can fit different size of vessel, a large force of attachment. You can use it to organize and different type of clot, and you don't need to change and exchange with different sizes. It's a one size fit all. We did a clinical study, first in human. The study went very successfully. We saw all what the benefit of this device. It's a short learning curve. You can remove different type of clot, fresh and organized. It's a safe procedure. With this data, actually, we went to the FDA. But just let's look on this movie. This is actually a real movie from human. You can see how the clot, this is the white cloud that you see there. You activate the device. It's a bloody procedure, but that's how they get used to it. You can see the device very clearly in the angio, and then you pull it out, and when you do the vacuum, you may gonna see some clots that are floating inside the blood pool over there, and then you can actually bring it to the table. So we did, as I mentioned, patient. Result was fantastically with all of our patients. The market. One of the great things about the pulmonary embolism is that today we are just touching a very small portion of the large market. Today, only 10 to 20% are being treated using different type of catheter, and there is a still place for additional 80%. And we're talking about a population of hundreds of thousands. So this is a very promising market. There is a nice reimbursement for this procedure, and the sales of the device, the average sales price is actually in a high level. For the stroke, same technology, different device. This is a microcatheter-based technology that got the same energy, and again, we can use it to advance it inside the cerebral, capture the clot, less fragmentation, less scratching or damaging. You don't need to drag against the vessel wall. You just nice and smoothly, and you can use it even with a more distal vessel. This is one example. By the way, one of the sites that we have is actually here in Barcelona, so we spend a lot of time here waiting to do the procedure. So this is a result for the stroke. The market of stroke, again, I will not go into the details, but again, it's also a billion-dollar market and many competitive today, and everyone are looking what should be the device that bring you the additional benefit over the existing treatment. The company is now got IDE approval to start a pivotal study in the US for the PE indication. We have sites that are already enrolled, and we are now going to start enrolling patients very soon. We have a strong patent portfolio. You can imagine this is very unique technology. No one else ever protected, so we have a very strong and solid patent and freedom to operate. We are now in the process of raising $20 million to do the pivotal study with the pulmonary embolism device and to get FDA approval. And we got a term sheet by our leading investor that's based in Europe, and we are looking for additional investor to close this round. The idea is by the year of 2025 to get the FDA approval for the pulmonary embolism device, and by 2025 also to get the indication for stroke. Thank you, everyone. I still have 20 seconds, so those are the take-home message. It's a very unique technology, touching unmet need and growing market with some additional indication like DVT that are also will be down the road one of our devices. Thank you very much.